So I'm going to talk about the role of retail. As the Chief Commercial Officer, I'm responsible for buying and for sales. And as Ole was just saying, we have a very active approach in regards to serving our customers. They tell us who they are, and we send them the perfect outfits. And based on that, we basically are able to push out the according articles, which don't necessarily have to be from any known brand, any big brands. That puts us in a special position of being able to be part of also FashionTech in general, being a FasionTech company in regards to being an online and offline combining company, but also when it comes to wearable tech. I've often been asked why, in general, in regards to why do you work for a startup and not for a big company anymore as you used to? Why are you concerned? Why do you like new things such as wearable tech and fashion tech in general? And I think one quote really puts it together in a very nice way. It's by Oscar Wilde. It's progress is the implementation of utopia. And I think a lot of new brands, especially also now in fashion tech, are faced with the challenge of giving an answer to why do you do this? Is kind of, do people really need it? But the question is not, is this going to happen in general, but just when? So when are we going to be wearing things that combine the smartphones with our clothing? Who of you have heard of Project Jacquard? Yeah? Exactly. So that's something that made me aware of fashion tech in general and wearable tech. It's really not a question if it's going to happen, it's just a question when it is going to happen. And in that regard, we understand us at Outfittery to be part of this, to really actively shape the future. What I was just saying is that we're able to push things out into the market. We have done so with very little brands in general, and now we are cooperating with Elisa and ElektroCouture, and we have developed a scarf. Would you like to come up to the stage and show it? So as I was just saying, that we want to be able to actively shape the future and that we're able to push things out to the market, we have done a collaboration and we have created a scarf together that has LED lights in it. Maybe you can say a few words about it.
Yeah, so it's glowing wire. It's actually like a kind of like retro technology because it became before LEDs. But the problem with that, again, we are back on a battery system. So usually they're like as big as like a huge prick, for the burners out there, they know what I'm talking about. But it's really important to make it to turn something like this in like a normal daily experience, and that is our focus. I'm a very impatient person, so I want to have it now. So that also means that we have to break the systems which are given to us. It includes batteries, and this is what we did. It's we just turned those old batteries, which nobody kind of cared to change, and we just turned them into a really nice little box. You just saw it before that. And with that, you can have a wearable experience. And, at that point, so Outfittery came to us, and I love your line with this is not the question if it's going to happen, it's just the question when. And on that line, they had me, and I was like, okay, let's do this. What can we do? But I think also, it's from a technical perspective, it's so important for us to also join together with designers, because the level of quality is so high, and it pushes our boundaries as well, because I have to tell my technicians yeah, okay, now it functions, now you have to make it washable. And then they look at me like, what? And I was like, okay, good, and then we have to test it in the washing machine. So all of those stories we combined in that, daily surface, and this, we call fashion our user interface, because something like a scarf, you understand, there is a reason why, for instance, the Tesla cars still look like cars. Technically, they don't have to look like cars, but they still do that, so people get used to the new concept that there is a complete new technology underneath the bonnet, but we understand the car. So this is the same thing also what's going to happen with fashion technology. Turning it into the real world is let's start with the user interface, which we know, what we are comfortable with, and then add on technology to it. But in a kind of way which, doesn't turn you into a robot or a circus pony. Don't get me wrong, I love robots and circus ponies, but, you wouldn't necessarily wear them to the office. And that's the idea for Outfittery, because, like, we're going to give it for you in the box for your guys to wear it in the office in a little bit of the future as well. And I'm very, very happy about that. Thank you so much.
Well, it's been a pleasure cooperating with you. Have you seen this? Like, when you talk, it really reacts to your voice. So that's pretty much what it does in general, that it is, how do you say?
Yeah, it's interactive, but you can switch it over. So you can just make it glow. You can make it interactive, but you can also switch it off. And that is totally fine, because especially in a lot of wearable technology projects if the function is not switched on, you wouldn't wear it because it looks maybe sometimes a little bit ugly. So that is important. It's like, it's the control. If you don't want to glow, it's fine. There is a switch for it, but it still feels nice. It's merino wool. It's like high quality. It's, also made in Germany. We are very proud of that. But there's also quality, and quality will always survive. And I think that's the point, and I think I'm convinced that we absolutely achieved that. Can we buy it already?
Well, it's available at Outfittery, so if you want one, you're more than welcome to order from our site, and a stylist will send you a scarf. But really, the end of the thing is, why are we doing this? We really strongly believe in combining things. There's so much existing already, things that have been invented already. The magic of our time is basically bringing things together. Such as Outfittery, we brought together online and offline, the consultation from the offline world, a real person talking to you and advising you, giving you consultation about your outfits, and then on the other side, using the benefits of being an online retailer, sending things out, having the data, collecting the data, applying the data, and that we also feel, that's why we're supporting this movement basically so much, is because we believe as a retailer that there is a market growing. We're just at the beginning, and it's also about combining clothing with technology. And when you look out at the labs and innovation labs out there, it's happening already, and it's just the question.
And I also it's like, so there's a Berlin connection. We have Premium Berlin, who is absolutely supporting us. We're very grateful. We are based in Berlin. You guys are based in Berlin. And I think it's like more and more, we have so many people moving from all over the world to Berlin, because there is like this kind of move, like FasionTech starts here. And we have the absolute setup. We have fashion here, we have technology here, we also have really good beer gardens here as well. So I think that helps for the creativity.
And we're sending out from Berlin to all over Europe. That's what I was just saying in the beginning, is as a retailer, at the end of the day, it is about making the sales and making things big. And we want to help here, and we're spreading it out. We're selling to over 8 countries at the moment, about to head 10 countries and 300,000 customers. So that's why we really want to give the signal that we're ready to cooperate and develop new things.
Right. So I'm very glad. Again, thank you very much. I'm just looking at the sales numbers tonight. So get started. And I think, again, this is just, we hear this line all the time, but this is just the beginning. Mm-hmm. Because, now we have to use the interface of the scarf, but, also pants and jackets, and we continue this conversation.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you.